Hey everybody, Ashton here from MuseThemes.com, and today we're taking a look at our new Typeform widget for Muse. Typeform is tops in our book when it comes to data collection. Here at Muse Themes and over at Without Code, we've used Typeform extensively over the years with great success. We've gathered lots of info regarding what new products to build and customer satisfaction, and we've even used it for our Muse Themes widget troubleshooting guide as well as interviewing potential new employees. The sky is pretty much the limit here in regards to possibilities with this tool. You can do lead generation, surveys, polls, applications, bookings, reservations, suggestion boxes, incident report forms, contact forms, and so much more. Typeform is built to be conversational and friendly, which typically leads to a lot more success. Now the widget here comes in a pop-up format, as we can see here on the top of our live demo, as well as an embed format that we can see here beneath. The pop-up format here, if we click, we get the widget loading in a light box here, but the widget allows for some other cool entrance styles as well. First, let's start by going to Typeform.com and setting up an account. A lot of the work is going to be done on this end, so we'll start here. So first we're going to click Sign Up to make an account. And let me just enter some info here. A name, email, and password. And then we'll just click Create My Free Account. Cool. Now from there, it's just going to send you an email with an activation link that you just need to give a click to. Okay, so now that I've clicked my activation link from my email, we're ready to start. Now the first question it's going to ask you is what type of work do you do? And this is just going to help to show you more applicable templates to your business. So let me just select a few of these. I'll do customer service, design, and marketing and communications. And then we'll click Show Me Templates. Now we've got an option here to start from scratch first here if you'd like, or you can select a template from a dense list here. And you can click any of these to explore it further. So let me click this social media survey one here. And from there it brings up a window with many related templates you can explore additionally, or you can explore your current template here as a sample by clicking Start. And it'll take you through all the steps here just as it would on your website, which of course you can customize once you select it. And then if you don't like this one, simply select a different one. So let's pick this branding questionnaire one. You might recognize this from our live demo. We can run through the sample, or if we're feeling confident, we can simply click Use this template on the lower right. We're then taken to where all the magic happens. This is our Typeform editor. Now there's really no way for me to explain every single feature here in the widget tutorial, but keep in mind that you can do a lot. You have all of your blocks listed here down the side, and you can click to any of them to bring them up here in the right-hand panel. You can click into any of the text to customize. On your far left-hand panel here, this first option allows you to add additional blocks. The second icon here allows you to edit your blocks more intricately, so just give that a click, and that'll bring up a panel where you can change the block type, add variables, add images, video, button, text, and so on. You can click this third icon here to make design customizations. So you can choose pre-designed themes to use or build your own. And then down here we also have logic jump functions, which gives you the ability to make complex logic-based kind of choose your own adventure Typeform journeys, if that's what you're looking for. So the possibilities are literally endless. Let me close this panel for now. What I want to do is click to this grid icon here on the top left. And here we're taken to our workspace. Now right now we've only got one Typeform started, our branding questionnaire, but let's add another. We can click to New Typeform and repeat the process again if we choose. So this time let's select a contact form. And like before, let's select Use this template. And we're taken back to our editor. Now again, from here we can click the grid icon. And then we're taken back to our workspace where we now have two active Typeforms ready to go. Now there's one more thing we need to do before we integrate this into Muse. We need to acquire the Typeform ID for whichever one we're going to use. So let's start with our branding questionnaire. To acquire the Typeform ID, we simply need to click on the Typeform, where we're of course taken back to the editor, and our Typeform ID is conveniently visible in our URL. So up here we can see the admin.typeform.com and then /form, and then after that we have our ID, right now showing this 6-character string. So let's give that a highlight and we'll copy it, making sure to not include any of the slashes, just the ID itself. And once we've got that copied, we can head over to Muse. Right now I'm looking at our live demo Muse file with the widgets removed. So all I have here is the launch pop-up state button, which is not doing anything until I add our widget. And then we've got some space beneath here for our embeddable version. So let's work with an embedded version first. So we're going to jump into our library. And in the Typeform widget dropdown, we can see an option for embed and pop-up. So let's grab an embed widget, and we'll drag it out onto our page. Now with the embed version, the widget itself will represent the Typeform's placement, so feel free to position this as you like, and you're welcome to do it as full width as well. So I'll go ahead and do that for now, just so it's nice and centered. And let's jump into the settings panel. First option is our Typeform ID, so let's just go ahead and paste what we've already copied, just like that. So now we've got a few customization options here, more so for how the widget interacts in Muse. Now remember, the majority of your styling options are going to be in the Typeform editor, but here we have a few things to take note of. Typeform height. This sets the max height on the embedded form, so use this if you're looking to save space on your page. Whatever you select, the remaining content from the Typeform will be accessible with a scroll bar in the widget. Now the next option is a toggle for 100% height, and this is a cool feature. This allows you to set the height of the Typeform to be full height in the browser, regardless of the user's screen or browser size, kind of like our superhero widgets. The other cool part is that you're not restricted to making this the only thing on your page. Even if you have a long scrolling single page site, or in this case, additional content setting on top of it, you can place the form anywhere you like on the page, and the Typeform will simply fill the browser height while you're viewing it. So for the sake of demo, let's toggle this on. And when we do that, you can see the original height option is now grayed out, but we're presented with a new option for deduct header height. Now this allows you to deduct a specified number of pixels from the Typeform height to make room for any headers you may have on the page. Simply determine your header height in pixels and enter it here. Now I don't have a header set up on this page, so I'm just going to make this 0. Keep in mind though, this option is mainly useful if you're using the Typeform as the only thing on the page, similar to our superhero widget. You'll probably find it won't be of much use if you've placed it midway down a page with other content to scroll through first. Typeform background opacity. Now this applies to the background color that you've set up in your Typeform editor, but it allows you to determine the opacity on the page. A setting of 1 is 100%, meaning full opacity, and a setting of 0 will show the page fill background color in Muse instead. And of course a setting in between will make it transparent. So let's do halfway at 0.5. Start button text for mobile allows you to customize the verbiage in the button that's visible only on the mobile layouts. And hide header or footer does just that. This is the best way to minimize the Typeform branding on your page, but keep in mind that not all templates actually have headers. So let's give this a browser preview. Great. Let's scroll down to our embedded Typeform. And everything's functioning perfectly. You can see that as it slides into view, it's nicely filling the full height of my browser just as we've set it. And we can of course click to interact and proceed through the steps just like that. So really quick, I want to show you our pop-up version of the widget. So let me jump back to Typeform really quick. Make sure we're in our workspace. And let's click on our contact form. Now, just like before, we can see our ID for the Typeform here in the URL. So let's give that a select and a copy. And we can jump back to Muse. From our library, let's drag out the pop-up version of the widget onto our page. And we can just drop this one off to the side. The placement of this one doesn't really matter since you're going to be assigning it a button instead of embedding it. But here in our settings panel, let's paste our new ID. And next option is to link the widget to any button of your choice using a graphic style. So you can enter any style here that you want. Let me just make this, say, Form 2. Making sure to not use any spaces or special characters. Now let's click over to our button, and we'll expand our graphic styles panel. And we'll just need to make a new style, and we'll call it Form 2. Perfect. Back to our settings panel. For pop-up mode, we have a few options here for how it comes into view. So we have our standard pop-up, and then we have drawer left and drawer right. So let's leave it on pop-up for now, but we'll come back to this. And then we have some toggle options. Again, we can hide the header or footer, and then we have auto open, which will automatically load the pop-up on the page upon page load if you choose. So let's give this a preview really quick. Perfect. Let's click to launch our pop-up. There we go. Everything's already fully functional. Now back in the panel, let's just give a quick test to another pop-up method. Let's go with, say, drawer right. Cool. Let's launch another preview. And we'll launch our pop-up. And we get it sliding in from the right now, which is awesome. So thanks again for watching our Typeform widget tutorial. Have fun with the limitless possibilities here, and don't hesitate to reach out if any issues arise. And until next time, take care.